We have major news for you today. Justice Claudette Singh is the new GCOM chair and Liza Destiny is on schedule to make arrival time. These and other stories in your Friday, July 26 edition of Info Hub. His Excellency President David Granger has selected Justice Claudette Singh as the new chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission. According to a release, the head of state and the opposition leader Bar Jagdeo met this afternoon at the Ministry of the Presidency, where they continued a series of meetings aimed at hammering out a list of nominees acceptable to the president. The opposition leader agreed to submit such a list, which the president received and reviewed later this afternoon. From the list, President Granger swiftly selected Justice Claudette Singh, whom he deemed satisfied the criteria for the appointment, and noted that he also satisfies the ruling of the Caribbean Court of Justice for a consensual appointment supported by both the president and leader of the opposition. The meeting and swift selection process by the president aimed at ensuring that GCOM resumes its normal function of conducting general and regional elections in the shortest possible time. Ghana's first floating production, storage and offloading vessel is voyaging on schedule. This was indicated during an interview with ExxonMobil's Senior Director of Public and Government Affairs, Deidre Moe.
The Liza Destiny is expected to arrive in Guyana in September for the start of oil production for the Liza Phase 1 project in the Stabroek Block in early 2020. The custom-built floating production, storage and offloading vessel will be moored with a depth of more than 1,525 meters, produce up to 120,000 barrels of oil per day, and store 1.6 million barrels of crude oil. Exxon's Senior Director of Public and Government Affairs, Deidre Moe.
Liza Destiny is actually currently in the Indian Ocean on its way. It will be traveling through that ocean down around South Africa, and then it will be coming straight over to Guyanese waters in early September. We're actually using 2 tugs to kind of bring it along, so to make sure that everything goes safely and everything is maintained. And it's a lot of activity on board the vessel, kind of doing some additional checks, and the team on board is also doing kind of emergency response activities and continuing their training as well while they're on the sail over.
The crew will be exchanged and another will handle the last leg of the voyage to Guyana. Moe shared some perspective on the Liza Destiny's size.
So length is 350 meters, so that's more than twice the size of Providence Stadium. So there's kind of more than 2, it's almost 3. In terms of length, it's very, very large. It will hold up to 1.6 million barrels of oil, which is a pretty substantial amount. And then I guess if you think about how tall it is, it's about as tall as a lighthouse, kind of over by the Demerara River.
The ExxonMobil official described the FPSO ship as the most important piece of our company's production's efforts in local waters.
The wells that are being drilled, and it will come up flow lines into the production. That's where the production comes for. It will clean up the oil, remove the water, it'll remove any natural gas and separate it, and then store it, which is the storage part of that, and then it will offload onto tankers. And once it offloads onto tankers, those tankers will be sold on the market, and that's where revenues come in.
Liza Destiny will be stationed approximately 190 kilometers or 120 miles offshore, an hour's ride via helicopter. Moe revealed that an even larger vessel, the Liza Unity, will join its sister ship later as production ramps up.
It is about, we expect, Liza Phase 1 is about 120,000, up to 120,000 barrels a day at max. And then Liza kind of Phase 2, that the next vessel phase, the Destiny, is going to be built for 220, up to 220,000 barrels. So, almost double the size, and so it'll be, larger, and but that's well underway as well.
According to the ExxonMobil company official, the Liza Destiny FPSO was transformed from the oil tanker Tina, a very large crude carrier built by Hyundai Heavy Industries in South Korea. The contract for its conversion was awarded to SBM Offshore in July of 2017, and it was commissioned by First Lady Sandra Granger, before its voyage to Guyana.
Members of the diplomatic community were given a tour of various locations in the capital city. This followed a meeting with the mayor and the city council of Georgetown.
Speaking to InfoHub, Mayor Ubraj Narain outlined the purpose of the diplomatic tour.
I met with several diplomats officials, and they only hearing what they say they do not seeing. And that's why I organized this little tour so they can see actually what is happening, what the city managed, and how we go about to manage it.
The mayor, accompanied by councillors of the Georgetown Mayor and City Council and members of the Diplomatic Corps, visited the Industrial Site Daycare Center, Meadowbank Sluice Door, Stabroek Market Wharf, City Constabulary Training Complex, and the Municipal Abattoir. On the sidelines of the visit, InfoHub received feedback from some of the diplomats who signaled their willingness for future cooperation to enhance services of the city.
First of all, I need to congratulate the mayor and city council for this initiative. It's a great initiative. It allows us to visit the sites and see how we can collaborate to improve services, to improve systems, and help them organize. And I believe that will prove very helpful to the city council. As I said, it's very positive. You know, it sets the tone. It shows the needs. So we will see what we can do together.
I think we can help. So after here, we are going to have a meeting with the mayor and see what we can do.
At the conclusion of the diplomatic tour, His Worship Mayor Narain highlighted some of the successes and the way forward.
I was able to touch on the major issues and major problem that we are facing in the city in terms of like the Stabroek Wharf, the daycare, the abattoir now, and those things, and see how we can able to partnership with other cities through these diplomatic officials. There will be a follow-up meeting with the diplomatic corps, and which I will able to get a brief what are the way forward.
Reported from the last leg of the diplomatic tour at the Municipal Abattoir with videographer Akeem Thomas, Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
A high-level ministerial team visited the Safe City system at the new National Database Center at Liliendal on the east coast of Demerara on Friday. Our team was also there to bring you coverage.
With eyes on the city, there is no place for criminals to hide, and citizens can feel much safer. Over 100 intelligent surveillance cameras are strategically placed across Georgetown as part of the Safe City system. The Safe City system is a component of the $66.8 billion or US $32 million National Broadband Project. Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramjatan and Minister of Public Telecommunications Catherine Hughes, along with other high-ranking officials, were given a preview of how the Safe City system works at the new National Database Center, Liliendal. Minister Ramjatan, in brief remarks, said this is what the country needs.
This is just going to be one of the best development for our country in relation to matters security. And to see the capacities and the capabilities being built in to ensure that we can literally track vehicles, track suspects to the extent of knowing where they are, at what time they would have been there. Through this technology, I am just so thrilled.
The project is a collaboration between the governments of Guyana and China. The high-tech system can perform face and license recognition. Several police vehicles are also equipped with cameras and radios that can be traced at any time. The Chinese ambassador to Guyana said that security is paramount.
I think that in 21st century, we can not only count on the people, we have to count on the technology and the equipment. So this is a good thing here. We have technology. Now the people, most majority, I think will be happy. But only the least few people are not happy. For example, the criminals.
The project in the city is a pilot and is expected to be implemented across the country soon. While the command center for the Guyana Police Force will be constructed shortly, they will have full access to use the current system. Isaiah Broffett for InfoHub.
Still to come, young chef dishing up unique flavors and the Public Health Ministry to continue the work of USAID Group. These stories after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. Public Health Minister, the Honorable Valda Lawrence, has committed to continuing the work started by the Advancing Partners and Communities Project, APC.
The Advancing Partners and Communities Project sought to advance and support programs and initiatives in an effort to improve overall health, specifically in the area of HIV/AIDS. At the closing ceremony of the 6-year project, Minister Lawrence pledged to build on the successes of the APC.
In the light of reduction in donor funding, the government of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana was proactive. We've been proactive in putting systems in place to invest in the work of NGOs. This was done via social contracting, where through domestic funds, we will be able to utilize it to continue the work started by APC in Region 4.
Noting the many highlights of the project, Minister Lawrence said the data gathered by the APC will be useful to her ministry. U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch, who also attended the closing ceremony, spoke of USAID's role in implementing the ACP in Guyana and how it has helped the country achieve specific targets.
In recent years, there has been a marked shift by the Ministry of Health and national AIDS committees to proactively engage community-based organizations in the fight against HIV. I wish to encourage you to keep up the good work. And as we saw, there have been a lot of achievements, so I'm sure there will be more, so that the gains made through this partnership over the years are not lost, but rather form the solid foundation on which to build and achieve Guyana's first AIDS-free generation.
Since the start of the project's implementation, ACP representatives have worked with Artiste in direct support and Guyana Trans United to ensure that specified target groups are reached. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
In this week's Small Business Focus, we feature a young chef who operates a unique restaurant while sharing his knowledge with young aspiring cooks.
29-year-old Castor Robinson is the chef and owner of the Pergola restaurant located here at the Courtyard Mall on Robb Street. Keeping the environment in mind, Mr. Robinson designed this restaurant using 90% recycled materials.
A lot of the wood that we use here is reclaimed wood. Some are new, but most of it is artistically done with lots of paintings and different sculptures that we brought into the space.
But while the design of the place is unique, the main attraction is the food. The chef uses only fresh organic seasonings to create mouth-watering healthy meals.
We prepare to order, and it can be customized to our customer dietary needs. We take keen attention into our customer daily lifestyle. And many of them have expressed that they want to either lose weight, they want to maintain weight, or they just want to eat healthier on the whole. I was still a little iffy about whether or not people would accept the type of cuisine that we prepare here. But surprisingly, many persons were just waiting for that breath of fresh air, if you want to call it, because it was something that not just different, but unique in its own way. And that is what brought persons from all across, I would say, the world.
But what is different about the Pergola compared to other restaurants around the city?
Our clientele, they've always expressed how happy they are. Service, food, ambience, and the overall aesthetic of the place is a great place where I want to expand on that. So I see myself and the Pergola, along with its team, moving forward to greater things, greater heights.
The young entrepreneur also has a passion for helping young people grow in the culinary industry. On our visit to his restaurant, he was teaching some students some basic skills.
When I started, it was really to have a finishing school here at the Pergola for the young students that are leaving the Carnegie program, where they can be more exposed and they can understand how is it to operate in a professional environment.
As he prepares to observe the first anniversary since the business was established, Robinson is confident that his business will continue to succeed.
I think once you have a good product, once you have a niche, and you have the clientele that support it, I know that it would have done well.
The Pergola can be contacted on telephone numbers 592-644-2221 or at its location at the Courtyard Mall. Delivery is also available.
Reporting for InfoHub, Natasha Smith.
Before we wrap up, let's tell you that the government and its team will be heading to Region 2 for several community meetings along the upper and the lower Pomeroon on Sunday, July 28. Be sure to come out and have your voices heard. Check out our social media pages for more information. That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Ghana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye for now.